on my computer.
Hello, champagne poppers. Welcome to another episode. It's like an after dark episode. This is 2 weeks in a row that we've done like Champs Drink Champs After Dark vibes recording, and I can feel it.
I can too. We have both been so busy and just like weird things are happening and we just like can't have our regular recording schedule.
I mean, and I think the thing that sucks is like when I'm saying like I can feel the Champs Drink Champs After Dark, it's not in the good way when it's like, oh, after dark segment,
Sexy.
like the fun stuff. It's like we're just old.
Yeah, we're just tired. We live very busy lives right now, and I literally cannot figure out why we're both so busy. It's so weird.
I mean, I think it's just life right now, man. It's just we're both running in different directions and like thank God we met up for brunch legit because Taylor had an epiphany that if we didn't meet up for brunch randomly this last Sunday, it would have probably been another like 45 days of sobriety for us.
It's so true. I mean, I don't think it will play out that way because we do have like some plans kind of in the works, but like, yeah, it hit me and I was like, we have to see each other. It's gonna be so stressful.
Yeah, we met up for some French 75s and brunch, but we actually just got like dinner or appetizers that are not brunch at all. So we're
Not at
weird.
all. I just really love the pasta at Twig's, and I just couldn't go to Twig's and not have it because I've been craving it for so long and it was so worth it. I had lunch that day and then I had lunch the next day, and that was just wonderful.
I mean, I will have to say that when we got there, we wanted to get mimosas. So we started out with like strong brunch vibes, and then we saw on the fucking menu that they were serving cooks in their champagne, in their mimosas. And I was like, and then they had a premium option. And I was like, oh, what's this premium like mimosa? And it was still cooks. So
Yeah. Okay. If you guys don't know what Twigs is, if you're not from Utah or if you've never been there, it's actually like a very classy restaurant and it's not super cheap. And
yeah, it's
so,
expensive.
yeah. So the fact that they're serving cooks, I still don't understand.
Yeah, so we went with a French 75, which still had a splash of champagne, and I'm gonna pretend it wasn't Cook's, but I can guarantee it was. And then I ate a half Caesar salad and truffle fries with gorgonzola fondue. So that was our breakfast.
We met up at like 10:30, so it was kind of a lunchtime-ish.
By the time we ended, it was lunch.
Yeah, yeah. Oh well, I'm not a big like huge breakfast fan. I really have to be in the mood for breakfast.
Same, I don't love breakfast, but I do love some fondue and I love me some fries. And I think it worked out. I wasn't upset with it at all. But I think people thought we were probably a bit weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, I have to tell you,
Yes.
I'm almost all the way done with this Paris Hilton book.
You started it? You
I
didn't tell me
started
that
it
you started it.
I started it like a day ago and I'm plowing through it. Like
It's so good, right?
I am dumbfounded. I'm shocked. I'm
I
disgusted. I
know.
am like, so, my mind has been reeling over what she's saying. And I just feel so like I have so much like empathy
Com-
for her, but I'm
and
also just,
compassion.
yeah. And I'm also just like so fucking impressed and proud of her because she really has been through a lot. And
Mhm.
even though people made her seem like this like crazy person that was just like, I don't know. I don't want to say the word slut, but like that was kind of like what people
What
like
people
made her,
did.
yeah,
Hmm.
what made people like people made her out to be that way. And like she's actually like a prude. She's her and I are both very prudish, and I can relate by listening to her book. And I was just like, the amount of abuse that this girl endured and the amount of time she ran away and got fucked over, shocked. I'm just shocked.
I know. She actually, like, you guys are actually so similar. I was thinking of that, like, when I was listening to the book. I have literally sobbed my way through it. Like, every time I listen to it, I just cry because it is so heartbreaking.
I'm just, and it's probably because her and I have so many similar things that I don't like. There was a point at one point today, she used one word that I used to be called by my grandma, and I started to cry a little bit in the car, and I was like, whoa, that word apparently is triggering to me.
Mhm.
And when she said it, I was like, wow, I've never heard anyone else be referenced with this word. And I think because we're so similar, I can plow through it like kind of unfazed, I guess. More of like I can hear it and it's not hard for me to hear because it's a story that I'm familiar with, I guess. But
Mhm.
yeah, I only have 2 hours left and it's an 8 hour book. And yeah, I've just really been cranking through it.
It seriously is so amazing. If you guys, I always say with people's memoirs, you have to listen to them read it because just the emotion they put in when they read it, it's on Audible. It's so good. And I literally cannot recommend it enough. And you know what's so shocking to me? All the sex tapes, like with Pamela Anderson, Paris Hilton, like they were taken advantage of and people literally just used it as a joke. And
Mhm.
it's so shocking to me to hear them talk about their sex tapes and just like everybody just kind of blew it off like it was nothing, like it was something funny. And it's like, this is actually really disgusting and horrible.
I mean, I think that's what gets me is like it's played off as like this scandal of like, oh my God, Paris did a sex tape. Like, how dare she? How does she even get herself in these situations? Instead of like, why aren't we talking about the people that released the sex tape?
Exactly, exactly. Like it's just awful and just I don't know. The book is amazing. All of like the stuff she says to people like I'm so sorry. I hope like I don't hold things against you. Like she's just incredible. I've always loved her and I just love her more after this book.
She's like such a good friend and such a kind person. And I think she's very misunderstood.
Mhm.
I think I would recommend this book to literally anyone that just enjoys hearing people's stories and like how they became who they are. But what I was just thinking with this sex tape thing, like I'm sure it's happened, but I don't feel like I ever have heard about it. Like I wonder what would happen if a man's sex tape, like it was released and he didn't release it. You know what I mean? Like I've never
Yeah.
actually heard of a story. If anyone knows of one, I'd love to like look into the whole situation, but I've never actually heard of a story where it gets flipped and the guy, and maybe it has and guys just don't care. I don't know, but I've never heard of like a man being exploited sexually like this.
Yeah, I haven't either. And if the man's sex tape did get released, would the media all of a sudden just be making a joke and be like, "Oh, what a slut!" Like blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Like it totally is a double standard, 100%.
I mean, I think that's what's crazy even with this like what is it, this Vanderpump Rules drama going on right now. I still like I still feel like he's getting more empathy in the situation than he should. Like a lot of people hate him, but they're equally attacking the girl and we don't know the story yet. We have no clue her side of the story fully, you know what I mean? Like who knows what he did?
Yeah, yeah. I honestly don't watch Vanderpump Rules. I have no idea what's
I
going
don't
on.
either, but I have been very invested in what people are posting about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so I'm so glad that you're listening to it. I didn't
I
even know. I thought you
know.
were waiting for your trip. Oh, I'm so excited to
I
talk
was
about it
going to, and then I was
after.
like, fuck it, I gotta listen to it. And yeah, I'm cruising through it. I'm almost
It's
done.
and I love that she sang the Sansa for a second. Did you watch A Simple Life?
Hmm.
You know that Sansa, Sansa. I love that she had that in her book. I just love that Simple Life.
I also feel like her ADHD, like how her brain works, made me think so much of you, like how she's just constantly like bouncing back and forth and like randomly
Mm,
getting off on a tangent. And like for me, who's like so type A, I'm like, what the what? But like she's so casual about it that I don't notice it. At the beginning, I was like, oh man, I hope this doesn't happen the whole time. But she does a really good job at not bouncing around too much. But I like hearing the
mm,
stories that she shares when she does bounce around.
mhm. Yeah, I
But
love the
yeah.
story about her and Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan in the car. Like that's
Yes.
such an iconic picture and it like hearing the story behind it is so silly.
I know. I was loving that too. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. And then she was talking about how it's like a sunshade for cars. And I was like, dang, I want that.
I know I need to get that. Once Lent is over and I can finally shop again, I'm gonna go buck ass wild.
I'm curious to see if I actually shop as much as I like think I'm going to shop. Like I keep being like, oh, I want to buy this. Oh, so you guys might not know. Taylor and I gave up online shopping for Lent. Not fully participating in that culture, or what would you call it? That religious
Yeah,
religion?
religion.
That's what
Mhm.
it is. But I like the concept, and it's been really challenging not online shopping. And I will say it goes back with that thing that I was talking about in our financial episode, where when I think I need to buy something and it's like a want or a need, and then I would take a break and wait until the next paycheck. I didn't actually want it by then. So I'm curious to see if that happens with this because it's been hard.
It's been so hard. And I feel like my personality is if I tell myself I can't do something, it consumes my brain. And that's all I can think of. Like, I just think, oh, I want to buy this. Oh, I should put this in Amazon and buy it. Like, and I know it's because I'm not doing it. So it will be interesting when it's finally over what happens. But I feel like I'm going to have to reel it in for sure.
For me, it's been like eye-opening how quickly I'll see an ad or something I like when I'm scrolling on the internet, and immediately be like, should I buy this? And like probably, I don't know, I wouldn't say I like always buy something, but I would say I definitely would have bought a few things by now from my links on social media.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah. Well, we are going back to the old way just to see what you
Uh,
guys like. So we're going to do our check-in first. So I'll fill you guys in. This week has been crazy. I had my first yoga workshop. That was very exciting, very fun. I actually really, really enjoyed it once I got over my nerves. And then we had the spring.
will
Oh, yeah.
you like clarify for people what that workshop means? Maybe they don't know what that
Oh
means.
yeah, yeah. I guess I should do that, huh? So I taught a workshop. So when you're a yoga teacher, well, pretty much with anything, you have to have a certain amount of continuing education hours every year. And so you have to have 30 every year for yoga teaching. And so at the yoga studio, she set it up that we have certain workshops every month to help us get those CTE hours easier. And so this month it was me teaching teachers how to teach a trauma informed class, like a yoga class. And it was interesting because a lot of students signed up, which was not expected. So I kind of had to rearrange things. So like I had teachers from all around the valley in there. And then I had a few therapists, like a handful of therapists in there, and then students. So it was really interesting to like pivot throughout the class, but it was great. And we had like really great conversations about trauma. I actually helped a lot of people uncover some trauma, which I was really not expecting because I thought that the easiest way, because without going too far into it, there's two different forms of trauma. There's a little t trauma and a big T trauma. And like the little t is not as big of a deal as like the big T. Like big T is like earthquakes and war, stuff like that. But anyways, I thought the easiest way to like bring the discussion of trauma was to bring up COVID and like figure out where your COVID trauma lied on that scale. And so like we did a meditation, thought about COVID, and it like dug up a lot of things for people, which I was not expecting. It probably wasn't the best example in hindsight to use because I feel like a lot of people haven't really processed everything that happened in the past 2, 3 years. And so that was very interesting, was not expecting that, but it opened up really great conversations about trauma, and that was very exciting. So that's kind of what it was.
Cool.
And then we did a spring equinox celebration on Sunday, and that was beautiful, like always. If you ever have the opportunity to come to one, they really are so special and so fun. So I am absolutely exhausted. I have taught 8 classes in 4 days. And so I am partially dead, I'm sure of it. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. I also had something crazy happen this morning. I've been having like this little bump on my leg, like my blood clot leg, and I have a freaking hernia in my leg. So that's
What even is that? I thought hernias happened in like,
I
oh, that's
know.
hemorrhoids.
No, hernias do like hernias happen in like belly buttons and like buttholes and stuff. And I
Wally has one.
yeah, on his belly button, not his butthole. But
Yeah.
I
Good
like
clarification there.
I've had this like bump on my leg, like it feels like a little pea under my skin. And I was shaving my legs this morning in the shower and it really hurt. And so it like sent me into a spiral. And so I don't like to take advantage of like my doctor that I work for and get like free medical care, but I just didn't know what type of a doctor to go see for it. So I just asked him, I was like, I'm having this going on and like, I don't really know what to do, like what doctor to see. And he's like, oh, you actually do need to see an orthopedic surgeon. And it's a hernia from my legs like swelling all the time. It's pushed like the swelling and with me losing weight, the fascia in my muscles, so that's like the connective tissue in between muscles, hasn't closed up as fast as I'm losing weight. And so the swelling in my leg has pushed a muscle through the fascia and it's created a hernia. Weird, right?
So gross. So do you have to have it like surgically removed?
Well, I am working with a physical therapist at work because there's a few things that he can help me with. So I'll be doing that. But if it doesn't go down or if it gets any worse, I will have to get surgery. So I'm crossing my fingers that I caught it soon enough because it's only been there for like 3 days. So I'm crossing my fingers that we caught it soon enough that I don't have to get surgery, but surgery is a possibility. But it's like in
Well,
my shin. It's so strange.
if surgery does happen and you have a doctor referral, Wally could really use getting this removed. And I cannot for the life of me get him to take this out. And I'm like, you're freaking gonna have something crazy happen. He's had it for years now.
And it hurts. I remember in Mexico, it was like hurting him, like after he would
Yeah.
work out. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, he gives me a lot of shit for not taking care of myself, but like homie also doesn't. Must be a
Yeah,
trauma bond.
so must be. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on in my life. Kind of a weird week, but here we are, exhausted and weird things happening to my body. What is the difference?
That's so weird. Do you think like if you wear compression socks or something moving forward, it will help that not continue to happen? Like will you get more of them?
No, it compression socks definitely will help. And I usually do use them. I don't know why. I just haven't been wearing them the past few months. They're just super uncomfortable. And so
Yeah.
I just like haven't been caring to use them. But now, like, he was like, you have to wear your compression socks. And I was like, fine, I will wear them. But I'm super annoyed about it.
Sorry, I just dropped my crystal because I just now realized I needed to grab it, otherwise I was gonna forget it. Wow, scared me. Well, that's good. I'm glad you found it. And also, like, what a weird thing to have
Isn't it
happen.
weird? It's so I've just been thinking about it all night and I'm like, what the hell? That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. So
I mean, if something weird is going to happen, it will likely happen to you.
so true. So true. So
I used to think it was me that had weird things happen, but then I became friends with you, and all of mine seem nowhere near as weird.
I know. Oh, and one more thing before Shelby fills us in with her life. The next moon circle is April 15th. If anybody wants to go, please send me a message and I'll give you all the details.
It is in Salt Lake, and you should all come. It's very,
Yeah,
I honestly thought it was fun.
it was. I think it's really fun.
Like, it's what, 2 hours out of your day,
Mhm.
and I don't know, it's a vibe. So you should come. Speaking of like body things though, I scheduled to get my birth control out, and like it's not even until July, and I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's like the universe, I don't know if it's the moon, I don't know if it's like actually something with my body, but I am so desperate to get this thing out of me so I can see like if something is actually weird or wrong with me, because lately this is going to be so much TMI. Like I had my period the beginning of March, and I like had my regular cycle, and I usually will ovulate for like a couple of days. I was like ovulating probably the whole time in between my last cycle, and for like a whole week of it, it was like bloody.
Oh, weird.
And like now today, I know I'm supposed to get my period in like next week or something, but I'm having like ovulation pain again. So I'm like, do I have cysts? Like what's going on?
You could
And
have
I just
cis.
and so I already know I have like an issue with that, but it's never been like so consistent like this. So I'm like, I just need to get this birth control out of me because I have almost had it for 8 years. Like it needs to
Mm-hmm.
come out. And like what if it's like stuck into my tissue somewhere, like I was just like, I need to get this thing out of me so I can just realize like, is this something I should go to a doctor about, or is this happening because this freaking device is inside of me? You know what I mean? So I feel like lately, ever since I've made the appointment, I'm like desperate for it to
Yeah.
get out.
Do you want me to
So
take it out? I can take it out.
I think that crosses a friendship line for me.
That would be kind of weird. We all couldn't even say goodbye to each other at the
I would
brunch.
literally be like, we're never talking about this again. This did not happen. So
That's
yeah,
very interesting though.
I think because I like scheduled all my appointments, I'm like excited that I'm like having appointments and I'm like paying more attention to like the things I've probably been ignoring that have been bothering me. So that's an update, I guess, a very strange one, but your body conversation made me think of it. I leave for Vienna on Friday, so today's Tuesday. By the time you guys hear this, I will be in Vienna, I think. So yeah, my life is very weird and confusing right now. I started to get really emotional yesterday, dropping Henley off at school. I think that like as a mom, you just kind of don't, I don't know, you have like the weirdest emotions hit you and you feel like such a kook sometimes because you're like, why is this suddenly making me sad? Like I knew this was happening, but like dropping her off at school just like really sunk in. Like, I don't know, when you miss days with them, it feels really weird. So I'm starting to feel really sad about that. I usually get like a lot of anxiety when I am about to leave. I think it's just like a mom thing. So that's happening, and packing is a total bitch. I cannot wait to be done with it. Cultures and different cultures and traveling across the freaking world is just a lot. And I hope that at some point I'm just like an expert and it's not that big of a deal, but when you don't know, it's very uncomfortable. So that's pretty much what's going on.
Yeah, it's a lot. I think it will be really good though. Make sure that everybody's following us on Instagram because Shelby is going to be posting like her days in Vienna, and I just cannot wait
Yeah.
to see everything that you get to do and see all the sites through your pictures and all of the things. I think it will
I'm
be really
excited.
good.
I'm excited to like learn more about like different cultures and like different things that they do compared to what we do. I will be posting, I'm gonna make like pretty reels and I'll put them on the podcast page of like Vienna day one and just like a bunch of like pictures and whatever. Because I think there's gonna be so much that's so different from what we're used to. And on top of that, I remember today that like Vienna has one of the best water systems, like drinking water in the world.
Oh, I love
It comes like
water.
straight from their beautiful ass mountains, and they just have like these water stations all throughout their streets for you to refill. I think Zac Efron in his like show that he did on Netflix talked about in Europe like the water systems and how they just have like water refill stations on the streets. Do you remember that? Remember that show that he does like
I don't
in
think I ever watched that show actually. I know. I don't know why.
you would die. It is amazing. And all the things going on in the world, you have to watch this.
It's on Netflix, right?
Yes, it's amazing.
Oh, okay. I will watch it. I wanted to. I don't know why I never did though.
Oh yeah, Wally and I binge watched it so quick. It's so cool to just like learn all these different things going on in the world and how like we're all affecting the bad shit going on in the world and how we can be better. But so they have like the best water system, and I'm actually like really excited to taste their water because it's like some of the articles I was reading was straight up just like you will never taste water like this again.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I love water so much and like
I
fresh ass
know.
cold water. Oh, I'm so excited for
Another
you
thing
to
I
try this.
learned today is before you can like if you order drinks or you're getting drinks with people, before you can drink them, you have to say cheers or like whatever their word is. I can't remember what it is. I'll for sure update you guys when I get back because I know I'll know it by then. But if you start drinking or like you get a drink and you have a sip before everyone says like cheers, you're an asshole.
So wait,
And
before you take any sip or just your first?
yes, before you take
Any
any,
sip?
yes. And like I heard a story today that like if you were at like a festival and you were in line to get a beer and the other like the people you're with already had theirs and they're at the table waiting, they will literally sit there with their fresh, nice drink, waiting until you get through the line and get back to say cheers and then they'll drink. And if they drink before, you're just straight up an asshole.
What the heck?
I know. And I did this when those guys came from Vienna. So I had like people come from Vienna and we were in Vegas and like we'd get our drink given to us and I'd get like my Chardonnay and I'd just like have a sip. And then my CEO was always like, cheers. And I was like, oh, he's so,
Cheers.
I thought it was just like a fun thing. Like, oh, he wants like, he's really happy. Like he really likes to like say cheers when we're having a drink. And then today I learned he was doing it because he can't fucking drink it until he says cheers. And I was like, oh shit, I did that. I did
Oh
that.
my gosh, how interesting.
I know. So I'm excited
I
to learn all those things.
Yeah, I could understand like before you take like your first drink, but every single sip, that's a little excessive.
Oh, no, not every sip.
Okay, okay, just the first sip.
Yes, sorry, I didn't understand what
Okay.
you
I
asked, I
was like,
guess.
that's a lot. Like every time, like, cheers. I mean, one time,
Cheers.
yeah, great, but
Cheers. No, every time you get a new drink.
okay, okay. So what if you finish your drink before five other people that you're with? So you get another one, you have to wait?
So when I get mine, I would say cheers before I drink my new one. But if we're all getting one
Okay.
at the same time, we would wait till the
You
group got
wait.
one because they already have a drink and we cheers. But if they got a drink after I got my second drink, they would be like cheers and then we'd all cheers again. It's kind of cute, huh?
Cute. That's like
I,
a little like bonding. It's
I
cute.
know. I know. So I'm excited for those things. It'll be very interesting and I'm excited to just like share all of the things that I learned, like traveling that way, the culture, what I packed versus what I didn't need. Like, I don't know. It's exciting.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can't wait. I'm very, very excited for you.
Hopefully my anxiety gets it together because
It will. It will.
we'll see.
It's a lot.
The last thing I have to say, and Taylor's already heard this, but I wore my Skims bodysuit today and I
Oh
have a
my
lot to say.
God. I was dying at your text.
So first let me give my Skims review in general, and then I have some feelings about a bodysuit. So Taylor's been wearing Skims underwear for a minute. My sister got a Skims bra and was like, this is legendary, life-changing. You have to do it. So me and my other sister jump on the bandwagon and we buy a bunch of stuff. So I bought 3 pairs of underwear, a bodysuit, and 2 bras. A bralette bra that I could like lounge around in, and then also like a regular everyday bra. So let me start with the underwear. Fully support the underwear. I think the size recommendation they have totally matches up.
Mhm.
It is by far the most comfortable underwear I've ever worn, I would say.
And it stays placed. It doesn't go up into your vagina.
Into your coochie cooch. I did get are they called G-strings? I haven't said that in so long. Like the one with like a strap.
Yeah.
So I got one
Yeah.
of those and then 2 of the like regular thong. I will say like with the G-string one, I would probably want a size bigger because it gives like a really harsh line. It's not as giving as the regular I don't know what it's called. You could ask me and I could send it to you. But so yeah, the underwear is great. The bras. The bralette is fine. I would say, and this is what I told my sister, because my sister has a nice rack of fake tatas. And I would say if you don't have big boobs that are like, I don't know, they have a good form to them or they're fake. I don't know how I feel about their bras. I have breastfed pregnant mom boobs, and they don't, I don't know, they just don't, they just hang more than I would want them to in the bralette. And I think it's because they're just like, they don't, I'm not
There's
used to
no
them hanging.
support.
Yeah, like if I have a sports bra on, like I feel supported. And like because they're not overly big or they're not fake, like I'm not used to that, like that. But I did tighten the straps and it felt a little bit better. It is very comfortable. I will say, like, it's more comfortable than wearing a sports bra throughout the day. Um, I could sleep in it, no problem. So I would probably get that maybe again. I haven't fully decided. I'm on the fence with that one. The everyday, like, wear with your regular clothes bra, I got one that's like, it doesn't have wires, which, like, thank God, because why are we still doing that?
Mm-hmm.
And it is like a push up, but it, again, I think it comes back to like having mom boobs. Like, they don't stay in. Like, I have the most boob muffin I've ever had in my life. Like, I put it on and they just like come right out. It's like, bloop. They're just like squished. Like, if I if I took a picture, you would see like, here's the boob and here's a bunch of stuff that fell out of the muffin tin. It's so frustrating. And like for me to get it to stay, I have to like reach in and scoop and like push my boobs over, which I don't have to do that in a regular one. And I don't know if it's just because it's so revealing. I would say that because it's Kim Kardashian's brand, it's very Kim Kardashian. It's very
Mm-hmm.
dressed for Hollywood, dressed for like revealing clothes. Like the tighter it can be, the better, but they don't have to worry about all that slippage. So I think I would maybe try a different bra that wasn't like, I don't know, like it just doesn't have coverage. Maybe I need full coverage because I'm a mom.
Yeah,
I don't really
maybe.
know. But I would try it again because when I wear a wire one now, it is so, so different and so painful. And like I forgot how much I was hating that pain. So I've just been sometimes wearing it under like something that's really loose because then no one can see the freaking weird muffin tins happening.
You're
So
killing me.
I would just say if you're going to buy a bra, I do think they're really comfortable. I do think there's something to it, but I wouldn't go off of your Victoria's Secret size bra that you've been wearing, and I wouldn't keep it if you know that you need to change the size after you get it, and I wouldn't do like, I would look at what the coverage situation is if you have breastfed or you've been pregnant because your boobs are so different after that. Now, for the bodysuit.
Everyone prepared because she really does have a lot to say.
I am so confused why nobody, and I mean, I haven't heard a single person say what I'm about to say. Why is nobody talking about the fact that when you wear a bodysuit, you are straight up having to grab ass juice and touch it to go to the bathroom? Like, this thing is in your butt crack all day long. And
What
it's,
the
they're
hell
very,
is ash juice though?
your butt has ass juice. It just does. Like, they sweat. You're telling me that your thong doesn't get wet after you've been wearing it all day.
I, I
You
mean,
don't
I
feel
guess,
it. That's the thing. You know
yeah.
that it's probably a little bit moist, but no one's having to grab it. I'm telling you, these bodysuits go straight up in your crevice. And for you to get the buttons undone to go to the bathroom, you're touching something that you don't want to be touching all day. And I'm not saying I'm a gross, like overly sweaty person, but like your body just does that. And I could not understand today when I went to the bathroom. I tried not to go to the bathroom as much as possible. Every time I went, I had to dig the freaking snap buttons from like my nether regions because as you're sitting, they just kind of like go into places. There's a crevice. You have to straight up grab it out, unsnap your buttons. They are not dry. You have to hold them up so they don't fall in the toilet. You have to make sure they stay up. You go pee, and then you have to grab it again from the back, make sure it gets back into your butt crack, again, touching something that's moist that you don't want to be touching, and then snap it and go back to business. And I am not understanding why this is a trend. I'm not understanding why people are wearing them so much and why no one is saying, this really actually sucks. And why are there snap buttons in my coochie? I can't figure it out. Like, I get that it's nice that you have a tucked situation all day and you don't have to worry about it coming untucked. I think I would rather deal with tucking in my tank top underneath than dealing with what was happening in my crevices today. It was a lot. And Kim Kardashian does need to make them wider for a wide set vagina. Isn't that on
This
Mean
is
Girls?
yes, and this is what I'm wondering about those swimsuits that have like the smallest vagina coverage. Like, who has
Yep.
that small of a vagina? I don't get it.
I'm telling you, people's lips are showing if they are not the right kind of vagina. If they buy it and they're like, oh, this is fine. And then they move around, they're like,
Here's a lip slip.
let me tuck it in. Like, no. Why is this happening?
I don't know.
I don't get it. It was a disturbing day for me, I would say.
So recommend the underwear, semi the bras, absolutely no to the bodysuit.
I think the bras, if you get the sizing right and you pick the right one, 100% on board. Like, I will buy another one, but I have more awareness now and I'll take the time to actually send it back. If it's not going to work, I was too lazy to send it back.
Hey, I like that review. So funny. All right,
Ashley's.
anything else or should we get into our topic?
Nope, that's it for me, man.
Okay, so our topic tonight is all about bucket lists, one of my favorite topics ever.
I
Shelby's
after I
staring at me like I'm an idiot.
after I agreed to this topic, I thought, why did you agree to this? You don't like I have something with the word bucket list. Like, I don't know what it is with words and why I have like issues with certain ones, but bucket list just seems insincere. I don't know. Like, I can't figure out what it is. It doesn't, not insincere. It just seems like too elaborate, too over the top. Like, that word just makes, I feel like for some reason it's making me think that people are just like, oh my gosh, that's my bucket list. And it's like there's some that are so wild. And I don't know. I think I've just like decided I hated it. So when I was preparing, because I don't actually have a bucket list in the term of bucket list, I looked up what a bucket list is.
Okay.
A bucket list is a list of the experiences or achievements that a person hopes to have or accomplish during their lifetime. A bucket list is an itemized list of goals people want to accomplish before they kick the bucket or die. So it's goals. And I can't for the life of me understand why we have so many words that mean the same thing, because that's why I don't agree or have a bucket list. I have a goals list. If someone would have said a bucket list was a goals list, I would have been fine.
I have nothing to say to that.
So that's where I think my anger came from to that word and why I was just like, this is all bullshit. But now I'm like, okay, here's my goals list. So I have a bucket list that I put together as I was preparing because, like I said, I didn't have a bucket list.
Okay. I like that explanation. So what is on your goal list?
I mean, I have a lot, but the first one I wrote down is skydiving because I felt like that fit really well into the bucket list realm of like a bit careless, not really a goal, but just an experience. So I was trying to like balance between experiences slash goals.
And I have to say, skydiving is not on mine. I have absolutely zero desire to ever skydive. It is not something I want to experience. I don't even want to go up in the plane. Like, no, thank you. I will not ever skydive.
You wouldn't even go in the plane with me?
No, because I'm terrified of the door opening and me getting sucked out. And then I'm like forced to skydive. And I don't want to do it. It doesn't seem fun. It doesn't seem relaxing. My sister's done it. And she said it's like so relaxing being up there. And I just like, I have no desire to do it at all.
I mean, I know I'll be scared, but I think that your fear is probably the same as how I feel about an airplane bathroom. Getting sucked down
Probably.
that toilet. The
But
second that toilet flushes, I'm gone off the plane.
like with skydiving though, you really open that door and it's like all of that pressure and everything. And like if you're not jumping out, like you could get sucked right out. And what if you're not wearing a parachute? You won't know what to do. Like, the whole thought of like free fall and all of that, I just have no desire to do it. Tony thinks I'm crazy and he's like, you would do it. And I was like, I would not. No desire.
You can be at the bottom greeting us with champagne.
Yes, yes. One thing on my bucket list is do a TED Talk. I really, really want to do a TED Talk. And after doing this workshop on Saturday, it only like really made me think about that more of like, I really want to do a TED Talk. I think it would be so fun.
I think that one is, I actually was thinking about that the other day because I was watching a TED Talk and I was like, oh my gosh, Taylor wants to teach one of these. That'd be so cool if she had one.
Mhm. Really want one.
The next one I wrote down is an ocean bungalow vacation. So like think Bora Bora, just staying in those little huts on the ocean. Like, damn, I want that.
Piggybacking off of that for you or for me, I have to go to the Maldives. I don't know how to say it. Maldives, but fly there on Emirates first class. Like a whole experience. Have you seen the TikToks of Emirates first class?
Yeah, I would say honestly, I should add this. I'm gonna add this to what part of my list is I want to for sure be like a first class flyer.
Yeah, yeah. But if you guys have not seen Emirates first class, they have showers. You have your own little suite. They have a bar that you can go to. Like if you've seen Sex in the City too, when they're going to
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi, that's exactly what it's like. And I am dying. And Maldives is so beautiful. And I am just really dying to go there.
No, I think that would be really cool. One thing I did realize when I was making my list, a lot of it ties to travel.
Same with mine.
Is it my turn or your turn?
Yeah, your turn.
Oh, this next one is like a full circle moment that I didn't realize was a full circle moment for me. And it's been on my like, what is it, your subconscious, like in the back of your mind thing? Is that what that is?
Mhm.
It's been like my subconscious bucket list for my whole life. And it is travel the world for business. And like, look what
Oh,
I'm about to do.
yes.
I just
Yes.
realized this the other day. I was like, it was actually yesterday when I was at the freaking bank and Wally was telling her that I'm going to Vienna and she was like, how cool, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, it's crazy because like I've always been that girl that wanted to like travel for work. And I just kept being like, I want to travel for work. And I just kind of like forgot that that was like a thing, but I always knew I wanted it. And I was like, and oh my gosh, I just now realized I'm doing that.
That's so awesome. I
It was
love
weird.
that. I love that. Um, what one next do I want to share? Sorry, I have like I rewrite my bucket list a lot because I do it like part of the heart list that I do every year. So I'm trying to see what one I want to. Well, one of mine that I have written on one of my old lists is get married in Vegas, but that won't happen because Tony's not down. But that still is a little bit on my bucket list to
But
get
like
married in
maybe you
Vegas.
renew your vows at Taco Bell Cantina.
Maybe I can do that. I would also love to travel to every single state in the United
I
States.
have that on my list.
Really?
Yes, we should start making a list of places
Yes.
we've already been and like make quick trips to these other ones.
We should, because I really like just want to experience every state.
Well, and like that's what I like because I have visit every US state and I thought like, do I need to be specific? And I was like, I don't actually care where I go within that state. I just want to
Mhm.
say that I've been to every state.
Yeah, same.
That's so crazy. Okay. My next one is I want a beach, out of country, lake, and New York Airbnb plus more. Like that's for sure a bucket list.
Mhm. I also really want to go to an NFL game, but not just like any NFL game, like a team that I like. So either the Patriots or the 49ers. And I would love it even more if it was a Super Bowl game.
Ooh,
Mhm.
fancy. You rich.
Yeah. Hence why I have not done it yet. And I also know that like the Raiders are in Vegas now and like I could get there really fast, but like I'm not a Raiders fan. Who's a Raiders fan anymore?
Go when they play your team.
But the hot quarterback from the 49ers just got like traded over to the Raiders. So I'm like, maybe I do need to go to a Raiders game so I could see
Dude,
Garoppolo or however you say his name.
I will totally go to an NFL game with you in Vegas.
We should. It would be fun. I'm definitely not a Raiders fan, but I mean, it would just be a really fun experience. So,
So I'm gonna pull on that thread a little bit of one that's on mine, kind of related, kind of not. Attend the Kentucky Derby in the good seats. That is such a dream of mine.
that would be so fun. Speaking of, it's almost Wyoming Downs time. So excited.
Is it?
Uh-huh. It's
I don't
in
know when
like
that was.
July. So
July?
mhm.
It's not even close to July.
It's a few months away. I
Fair.
would absolutely love to go on a safari. Like, you know,
I have
on
that on mine too.
really, you know,
Yes.
on Blended, the Adam Sandler movie, when they go on that safari, I would love to do that.
I want to stay at the freaking resort. We just watched that the other night and I said to Wally, do you think this resort's real? And he's like, probably parts of it. And I was like, I want to stay there.
Yes, I love that movie so much.
Same. That's so funny. Yeah, I have that on mine. Along that line as well, I really want to drink wine with a giraffe.
Yeah, you do really want to do that.
I do.
I would also, I don't know what I would write a book on, but I would love to write a book. Don't know, don't have any plan for it. Don't know what I would write. Maybe it will come to me one day, but I would just love for that to happen.
That's so funny because when I was making this, I was like, I kind of feel like I kind of want to have a memoir, but I also don't. And
Mhm.
so I didn't put it on my list.
Yeah, I don't know what I would write about, but definitely.
I have a lot that I would write about, but I think it would be really stressful. Ooh, this one's a good one. I want to shop exclusively at Harmon's and shop at the other grocery stores just because I want to. So I want to be wealthy enough that Harmon's is my go-to grocery place.
That is a good one
Because
Harmon's
right now
is
it's like I want to
expensive.
go there because there's certain things, but if I only shop there, I would
So
be so poor.
expensive. Yeah, so expensive.
Mm.
I want to own a boat.
Mm.
Really love boating, and I really would love a boat.
Along those lines, I want to have a yacht day, a party on a yacht day.
Yes, we should do that for our birthday one year.
40th?
Literally still having birthday FOMO. It's fine. This has actually been on my heart slash bucket list, like the past three that I've written. And I know it will seem like I just added it because of what we talked about, but it really has. I've always wanted this. I really would love to meet Paris Hilton. Like,
Oh,
I really, really would love to meet her and just like have lunch or whatever. I just think she would be really cool to meet. So,
let's see. Which one do I want to do? I'm gonna say I would like to do a humanitarian trip.
that's a good one. That is a good one.
Or even like,
Um,
let me also clarify, I feel like a natural disaster, like cleanup trip, like going and like when something like a tornado comes and completely wrecks somewhere in the United States, I would love to go help that.
yes, yes. This may be silly because it was also on my bucket list to go to Myrtle Beach, and that was a giant bust, but I would love to go to Mardi Gras. And I've heard that Mardi Gras is like so foul and so disgusting, but I just feel like you have to experience it once. Myrtle Beach,
That's on my
gross,
list as well.
lame, but you got to experience it. And so Mardi Gras would be really fun.
That's so funny. Yeah, I think it's probably trash. And you have to go into it knowing it's trash, but I for sure want to experience it.
Yeah.
Another one that I have is I really want to work with a nonprofit that focuses on rape and sexual assault and helping and supporting victims. At some point in my life, I know that's going to happen.
I love that. I love that. See, I can meet Paris Hilton, hook you guys up, and you could be a part of her foundation. It's a win-win
Exactly.
for both of us.
Sliving.
So living. Yes. I would like, and again, I don't have a plan for this. It's just something that I would like. I'd like to own my own business. I'm not sure exactly what that would be, but I would like it to happen.
Along those lines, I would like to own my own vineyard.
Yeah, yeah. Gosh. Speaking of, I've been
Jersey
watching
Shore.
Jersey Shore because Shelby's like talked about it the last couple episodes. I am dying at how funny it is. Their
It's such
girls
a good
trip,
show.
honestly, their girls trip to the winery, I could not get a grip. I was laughing so hard. So
I
funny. If you guys don't watch it, please do.
I just love that it's like careless TV that I can put on that puts me in a good mood. I always laugh. I'm always laughing at the jokes, the way they roast each other. My favorite part is when Snooki's so drunk at her own wine tasting and they're blind taste testing her wine and she is not even able to tell what her own wine is. I died. Died.
I died when Dina was like afraid of the ghosts and they all go to dinner and Snooki's all, I saw a spirit.
Yeah, I need a
Dying.
girls trip ASAP
Yes.
and my own vineyard.
Yes, you do. This is again another travel one and one that I've heard is like super hyped up, but I feel like I just want to experience it. I really want to go to Salem, Massachusetts, like over Halloween and do all like the witchy tours and all of that. But I've heard that you just need to go like before Halloween because it gets so crazy. But I am really dying to go to Salem.
For sure agree. That is definitely, I didn't have it on my list, but it's something I want to do in my life. I've heard to actually go around like end of September or like mid-September so that it's like almost Halloween, but not with the chaos.
Mhm.
Another one I have is have a Vespa gang, and this one might have to happen when I live in a beach town or when I move to Europe, wherever, because it's not very easy to have a Vespa gang here, but I know for sure I will be cruising in a Vespa with my best friends with a baguette and wine for sure.
This has literally been on your bucket/goal list for as long as I have
Ever.
known you.
It's gonna happen, man.
Let's see. I think that might be all of mine for right now. Sorry, I can't. Oh, I want to see the Aurora Borealis so bad. And after following Kristen Cavallari and Justin Anderson and their like trip, I am dying. They stayed in like this place that had like a glass ceiling that you could see the northern lights. And I died. Like that would be so amazing to see.
Yeah, when my sister lived in Alaska, she could see them all the time, and that was super wild to me. It's funny that you brought that up because one of mine on my list is be best friends with Justin Anderson and Kristen Cavallari. Okay, so I only have like two other ones that I wrote, maybe three, that I wrote down. Um, Let me find them. I want to spend time traveling the world for extended periods of time. I want to be able to work from my beach house that I own. So I'm like still working, still crushing it, but I'm doing it from my beach house. And another one is attend a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert.
What?
I really love the Red Hot Chili Peppers and I've always wanted to go to their concert. I used to want to go to their concert and take my dad. That used to be my goal of like, I really want to go and take my dad to a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert. But lately I've decided I have a lot of anger and hate towards him. And now my bitch ass is going without him.
Listen, I despise the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Really?
I don't know what it is about them. I hate their music. Their Californication song makes me want to like rip out my eardrums. I cannot stand them. I don't know what it is. I'm
Oh,
very, very shocked to hear that.
I have always loved them. I think they have great music. I think it'd be a great ass time. Oh, I have one more. I want to travel each year on a girls' trip with Henley for the rest of our life. And I would have added Jaden to that. No like bias here. He hates traveling. He never wants to travel. It's literally his nemesis. So
It is. It really is. Wow, I'm so shocked about the Red Hot Chili Peppers. How interesting.
that's so funny. Yeah, I think they have good music. I think they're a good vibe.
I really have no reason to hate them as much as I do. It's like all the stupid hate that Nickelback gets, and Nickelback is so great. There's no reason for me to hate them, but I just hate them so
Nickelback is
much.
a whiny, annoying time. Look at this phonograph. Is that who sings that?
I don't even care how much hate I'm gonna get for this. I love Nickelback. They're coming, I think they're coming in May or something in concert. 100% gonna be there, rocking out. I love Nickelback. They're great. Red Hot Chili Peppers, not good.
Nickelback is like Linkin Park.
You don't like Linkin Park?
No.
My heart is shattered. Linkin Park was Tony and I's first Christmas gift. He got me tickets to Linkin Park.
I mean, I definitely would say that like we have very different music vibes for the
Yeah,
most
we
part.
do for sure. Well, that was really fun. I feel like our lists were so similar. Like all the traveling, we're
Oh
just
yeah.
gonna do together because we want to go to all the
Man,
same places.
I don't know when this happened in my life or if I just always was that way, but like traveling is all I think about. It's all I focus on. It's all I want to do. I cannot wait to see the world. I'm just like dying to get to the point where I'm like wealthy enough to be able to do it easier.
Mhm.
And like I travel a lot.
Yeah, I got Tony a trip to Denver, Colorado for his birthday. And I'm so stoked because we've never been to Colorado and I cannot wait to just go explore there. So I feel ya. Traveling is so great.
I've never been to Denver, but I grew up very close to Colorado, and the Colorado parts that I've been to, I'm just like, eh,
I
not,
think
not for me.
Denver, it looks so beautiful. Do you know that they have like a sanctuary for like wild animals that they live in their natural habitat and they have like a bridge that you can walk on that you can see like lions and tigers and a bunch of like animals in their natural habitat?
Is it not too cold for lions to live there in the winter?
I don't know, it's like a sanctuary.
No, I didn't know that, but when you started talking, I thought you were about to say like a ghost, like an animal ghost sanctuary for like dead animals. Like I don't know why my brain suddenly went there. I thought you were about to tell me it was like an animal graveyard.
Yeah, I'm gonna go visit there for sure.
I was like, oh, that's not, I don't recommend. Yeah, I'm excited to hear about Denver. My sister used to live there, and I feel like based off of what she told me, I'm just kind of like, it'd be cool to see, but it's not like high on my list.
Yeah. Well, I'm very excited. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm sure it'll be really pretty though.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you guys don't have a bucket list or goals list, I highly recommend putting one together. I'm a huge fan of notes on my phone, so I'm gonna start trying to like add certain things to mine. I noticed that some of the things I was putting, not specifically, but some of them were like along the lines of what I write in my 10 things in my gratitude journal every day, so they like all kind of aligned. But yeah, I don't know if you guys don't have one. I think you should make one. And I think you should probably talk about it with your friends because how else are you going to accomplish these things if you're not talking
Mhm.
about them out loud?
Or just put them out into the universe. And honestly, it was really fun. This was really fun. We've never like talked about bucket lists before.
I know. I'm actually surprised. I thought your Disneyland one was going to be on there where you like own Disneyland. Is that not a bucket list?
No, I mean, I still love Disney, but like, I don't know.
I'm also even more shocked because I almost put that I wanted to go and see all of the other Disney worlds. Is that what they are?
Oh, that is on mine. I do want to do like the tour of Disney and go to all the different Disneylands.
I was gonna put that on there, but I was like, Taylor's for sure gonna bring up Disney, and I'll just be like, yeah, I for sure want to do that. But I didn't like fully know what it was called, so I felt fake adding it to my list.
Oh yeah, I don't know what it's called either, but I definitely, oh, and I do want to go to like that Club 33 that's in Disneyland. So there
What?
are the secret club in there that you have to be like a member to go into.
That's probably for pedophiles. I don't know what you're
No,
talking.
it's like for famous rich people. Like Holly Madison
Oh, I know
has
what
a
you're talking about.
membership there and she goes all the time and I really want to go. Apparently they have like really good food and drinks there.
I would say, with that, like, I don't know if I want to do like whatever tour you were talking about. I just want to go travel to where those places are, and then as part of it, be like, I'm gonna go see this Disney World
Mhm.
because I mostly care about seeing that area and
Mhm.
then also saying I visited that place. I
Yeah.
think I've heard that. Is there one in Paris?
Mhm.
I think I've heard that one's like the best.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Or the one in Shanghai? Shanghai? China? Right? I don't know.
I don't
Sorry if
know.
it's not.
I don't know. I don't know.
This is also one more thing, kind of a niche thing, but I want to travel to all the McMinimans that are, they have like a tour. So McMinimans is like the haunted hotel that's in Oregon, and they have a like a passport that you can go to. There's like 20 something of them, and I want to go to all of them and ghost hunt in all of them.
Are they all in Oregon?
No, they're in Oregon and Washington.
Oh, I want to do that too.
I cannot wait for our Oregon trip whenever we're going to do it so I can take you to McMinimans because it is so freaking fun.
You know, you should tell my sister that's having her 30th birthday coming up that we should all plan our trip in Oregon for her 30th birthday. That would be a
Texting
great
her
place
right now. That is genius.
because then, because like we're already going to be trying to go on a trip to see her or wherever she wants to go for her birthday. But I feel like it's her vibe, and we could stay at that bomb house that you stayed at on the vineyard.
Yeah, we should do that.
You should link the house when you send the message. Just like some extra zhuzh. Okay. While you're doing that, dear champs, drink champs after dark. It's not a pervert one, even though it's after dark. Okay. Dear champs, drink champs. At what age is it too old to post a selfie? I will honestly would say it's never too old. I
I
would say
agree.
though, there's been this weird stigma around selfies because they were such a hot topic for a while and people were so judgmental about them. Because of that, I never like taking selfies. I don't really have selfies. I'll post like pictures of me on my story, but like there's words with it for the most part, but I don't have actual pictures of myself anymore. And I think we should stop hating on people for posting a selfie and stop making people uncomfortable about it.
I agree. And I think that if you're feeling yourself, you should post a selfie, even though it does feel awkward. I occasionally post selfies, but there definitely was like that weird time that everyone's like, if you post a selfie, you're selfish. And
You got
that's silly.
attention.
But you do have a selfie, my friends, that you should post on the podcast page. Shelby used to have bright pink hair, and I am
Oh,
so shocked by it still.
yeah, that was when I was in my selfie era and I was definitely down to take a selfie. I would say there's a line of like posting too many selfies. If you're posting one every day, I think that's weird. I don't think you need to do one every day, but I think there's something to like having some self-love for yourself and like posting a picture of yourself. It's not weird. It's only weird when it's like nonstop you posting yourself, I guess, in a self. I don't know. It was like the duck lip era. It was like all you're doing is taking pictures of yourself on your little cameras. And I think that's what made it like this weird thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with it
Mhm.
to a certain extent.
Yeah. I feel like if you're having a good hair day and you think you look good, you should snap a selfie and post it up on your Instagram. I think that's great. I don't care if you're 100 years old, do it.
I mean, I guess I would say too, like in the summer, I post like selfies with wine on my story, like I'm drinking wine outside. I'll post outfits that I wear to work where I'm just like, damn, this looks good. I'm about to boss up, motherfuckers. And I guess that's technically a selfie.
Hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think you should do it. Don't be weird about it. Um, I also think there's something weird with like couples who overly post selfies with each other. I have a thing with that where I think that's a bit strange. I think it's good to do, like I said, to a certain extent. Back in the
Mhm.
day when the selfie era was happening, or like Facebook was a thing that was like super popular and people had to like really put their relationships out there to tell people everything was fine when it wasn't fine. That's when I feel like it became like this weird stigma.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like honestly, Wally and I should post more relationship selfies.
You should. You should. I feel like I post a lot of pictures of Tony and I, but oh
You guys
well.
are really good at that. We don't, Wally, I mean, my whole family, Wally, me, Henley, and Jaden, we all hate a photo of ourselves. And I think it's probably like a lack of confidence with how we look, I would say. Mine's like my Bell's palsy, Jaden's his own version, Wally's his own version, and Henley's her own version. But I think we all, every time we have to take a picture, we're like, Kim Kardashian slick back hair. If you can't see me on YouTube, you can tell I'm getting to my tired stage where I need my hair out of my fucking face and my makeup off. And I just
I know.
Kim Kardashian slick back hair.
I'm ready for my makeup to come off too. Well, guys, I think that's our episode. So thank you so much for listening. Please make sure that you're following us on Instagram and TikTok and share us with a friend, write a review, give us 5 stars. We really appreciate it. So thank you guys for listening. I will see you next week for a solo episode. Shelby, will see you in a few weeks. Cannot wait to see how Vienna was. So excited. So
Same.
talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Miss me, bitches. Bye.